Hey guys, how are you going? And welcome back to Lockdown. How are you coping? I am Jamie, and today's interview is with Sunny. So Sunny lives in West London with his wife and his three kids. He is predominantly an Indian wedding photographer, but does do other kinds of photography as well. And it's a really interesting interview, just hearing his take on lockdown, the changes that we've had over the last few days here in the UK, and just his story in general. If you do want to see more of this series, you can press the subscribe button. That is always available just below the video. And if you want to see these daily and get reminded, there is a bell you can press as well. Other than that, we will roll the interview.
Yeah.
So yeah, basically, I lost my job for lockdown, and I've just kind of been very creative, and I just thought it'd be nice to actually hear other people's stories, how they're coping with lockdown, everything that's kind of gone on with it, because I know everyone's got like a different story, so it's just nice to hear different stories, how it's all working, how people are coping, and yeah, so basically, yeah, just gonna find out a bit about you, how it's going and whatnot. So first of all, do you just want to tell me and everyone a bit about you, who you are? I know you do YouTube, so a bit about that maybe as well, and just kind of an overall.
So my name's Sunny. I'm born and bred in the Midlands, but currently living in London, West London. So about 10 minutes from like main Heathrow Airport. I'm a full-time wedding photographer and videographer. So I've got myself and my brother, and there's a team of us who go out and do weddings. Mainly we shoot Indian weddings most of the time.
Oh, cool.
But we do all other kind of events. You know, it's not just weddings. We do birthdays, anniversaries, a lot. At the moment, obviously, with what's going on, you could say I've kind of lost my job because there are no bookings. All my weddings have been postponed as opposed to cancelled. Nobody's really cancelled the wedding yet. I can't do any sort of photography or photo shoots or outdoor lifestyle things. So although I haven't lost my job, I kind of have because I've got nothing to do. I live at home with my wife and my three kids. My wife's still at work. She's a TA at a school. So she's been at work since only a couple of days a week. So at the moment, my life, I would say, because I'm a full-time, so I do the editing as well on that stuff.
Okay.
My life hasn't changed too much because I'm usually at home all week anyway.
Yeah.
And although I've still got some sort of backlog editing that I'm doing, I can't imagine what some people are going through where they've got that routine of getting up at 8, getting to work for 9 to 5, and that's completely stopped. My life hasn't changed that much. It's just I'm not going out there to do any more photography at the moment.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's like a different way of it.
Yeah. Otherwise, apart from that, I'm just having a crack on, get on with it. I think with having kids, I know there can be a bit of a headache, but they do keep you busy, and they keep you sane as well.
Yeah, I think having I mean, I don't probably want them, but I think in this time actually it's probably quite nice because if you're feeling down or you can't because you just have to be like, okay, there's kids here, let's go do something, or let's keep them busy. Perfect. Okay, so for a question, what are the positive effects that you found from lockdown and COVID?
Positive effects. I think trying to knowing that you can cope without not having much or not being able to do much. So we're not like materialistic people where we need to go out all the time, fancy restaurants and that. But I think we've sort of learned that we can appreciate each other at home. We don't need to be out to go and enjoy ourselves as a family. We like traveling, we like going on holidays and things like that. But I think we realized that we can go to like our local park and have a brilliant day there. Not a day, obviously you got an hour limit.
Well, yeah.
But do you know what I mean? Innit? Like you don't need to be spending money or, going far out to have that quality family time. You can do it indoors. You can do it in your garden. I think that's one positive that, and spending time with the family as well. I mean, although I'm at home most of the time in my life anyway, within my career, I'm usually working at the desk. So, but now I've kind of not had as much work. So I've had more time with the kids, I'd say, more time with my wife, like just talking generally. So I'll say there is positive out of this negative, definitely.
Perfect. And then on the flip side, what are the negatives for you, apart from obviously, your job and whatnot, because you've already gone through that. What are there any other negatives that you found from it?
I think just what everyone's going through, like not being able to see family and friends, and part of it, like that social sort of element side to it as well. Um, Although you've got things like this Skype and all FaceTime, WhatsApp groups, it's not the same as having that one-to-one sort of
Yeah.
interaction with a family member or a friend. And obviously the negative, obviously with what's going on, the worldwide pandemic. But I think that's for everyone. But apart from that, there's not much I'm really sort of getting myself down about. I don't think it's worth. Well, my mentality is I don't think it's worth getting down about certain things that are out of your control. So
Yeah.
I just try to crack on with it as best I can. Yeah,
Cool. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Like, we're all in this together and we all have to get through it together. And yeah,
yeah,
looking at it in a really negative way, you're not going to get anywhere. You're just going to make yourself feel worse. So I think, yeah, it's important that we do try and all keep ourselves positive. And yeah, with regards to, you said about family, you're Skyping and, doing FaceTime and all of those different things. Are you finding you're seeing people more via that than you would in real life, if that makes sense?
yeah, definitely. We've done like with my uncles. A lot of my family is still up north in the Midlands,
Yeah.
so we've done a good couple of FaceTimes with them for about an hour and a half was the last one. Where usually we probably see them 2, 3 times a year. So in the
Yeah.
last couple of months, I've seen them more than I would in a year. So yeah, that's definitely a plus on that side. Yeah, I think that's one of the positives as well. Then, isn't it? Like, you don't with all this FaceTime and all that kind of. I've never used it before. Like I said, Skype is the first time I've used it. I've heard about it. Obviously, it's quite an old sort of thing. But something like this, you don't need to drive 200 miles, 300 miles to go and see someone. FaceTime is brilliant. So maybe that's taught me as well that you can just pick up the phone and do this as opposed to a quick WhatsApp message or having to go out and meet them. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think I'm very similar to you because I actually live in the Midlands now, so I live in Birmingham, but I'm from London and all my
Okay.
family are in London and Essex, so I
Right.
see them 2, 3 times a year, and I've seen them
Yeah.
more, so much more, because they're like, okay, let's do a video call, let's do drinks, let's do this, and you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's good. I think we'll come out of this and we'll probably do it more so as well because it's like a new form of how to do it.
Yeah. Hopefully, I mean, we're already making plans that as soon as this is over, we're all going to meet up, meet up, meet up.
Yeah,
But once that initial meetups happen, I think after that, yeah, I think this will be the norm. Even with birthday, because it was my girl's birthdays last month in April,
mm,
and they wanted this big party, obviously, but that couldn't happen. So
of
we just
course.
done we got most of the family done a stream like this, put it on the TV, and we just sat in front, and then they cut their cake. It was nice. It was like a virtual party. I've seen
Yeah,
so many people do it, and I thought that's brilliant. You don't have to have everybody come to your house every year now. Just do it via that way. So, and I've never seen that before. A
yeah,
virtual party where your whole family is like 20 members of family on your big TV screen, and you can just see everyone. They can see you, and that's
yeah.
it. Done.
And there's
Yeah.
people there that wouldn't have been at the party anyway, so you're probably
Yeah.
actually getting there's extra people that are there now as well. So I think yeah,
Yeah.
it's really
Definitely.
good in that way. Okay, so what's the one thing I suppose that you miss from the old world or the outside world that you can't do or have now?
Um, do I miss anything? If there is anything, I mean, yeah, obviously work. I miss work. I miss
Yeah,
interacting with people apart from my family, like my household family.
yeah,
Uh, Apart from that, honestly, I'm quite a simple guy. So it's not like I used to go out every weekend or every other day, go out with mates. I'm not that kind of guy. So
yeah,
I don't miss anything on that side. I think it's more just my work. I miss photographing people, filming things. I mean, I'll be honest, like in the last few weeks, I've been out, like just sitting in my car and filming and photographing my area just to
yeah.
document what it looks like compared to how it was and how it's going to be in the future.
Of
So
course, yeah.
it's not the same because I can't speak to anybody. I can't get up close with anybody. So it's just like candid photography, you could say. But I think that's the most thing that I miss, just interacting with clients.
Yeah, yeah, no, I think that's really
Yeah,
important. I mean, I was a restaurant manager up until so again, thousands of people every day, all these different people, different
yeah.
stories, all this and that, and now you're like, okay, this is just me and my camera, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah, no, I can imagine. 'Cause my brother works, and I've done bar work in a local restaurant, which is a beef eater. and my brother's a manager there as well.
Mm.
So I kind of know how you're feeling because it is. I know restaurant management is just go 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 all the time.
Yeah,
And depending how your work environment is, it's like a family thing there as well, like
very
with the
much
other
so. Yeah.
staff members. So I know he's just really bored at home because he lives on his own as well. So he's just bored at home. So I know exactly kind of like what you're going through with that hospitality side is just like completely gone, vanished just like that in a day.
Yeah, like nothing. It's like me
Yeah,
and me and myself. But you know,
yeah,
we
yeah,
will get
yeah.
there. We'll get out of this better, hopefully. Okay, another. This is probably quite a strange question. What is there anything weird or strange that you've done in lockdown that you probably wouldn't normally do? Like anything kind of out of the ordinary?
Um, this is gonna be like a really weird question. I've had probably about 20 barbecues
Oh no, that's a good answer.
since,
Yeah.
yeah.
So lots of barbecues
Although
at home then.
we've done barbecues in the past, but not to this extent. I mean, it's like we might be just cooking a meal just for me and my wife because the kids have had their dinner. I'll say, yeah, I'll just do it on the barbecue, and I'm firing up coals at 8 in the evening, smoke everywhere. So that's probably the weirdest thing. Was like, I don't usually do this. Why am I
Yeah,
doing it during a lockdown? In it, like, so that I found that very strange. Yeah, it's like in the summertime, like I said, we do barbecues maybe once a month, twice a month.
yeah.
But the amount I've done within 2 months is crazy. Like, really, really crazy.
Yeah, it's good though. So you can sit out there in the evening, then you got the heat from the barbecue and whatnot, and you know you can actually
Yeah,
enjoy. You're enjoying that. You like. I'm assuming you've obviously got a garden, so you're enjoying that garden quite a lot as
yeah.
well.
Yeah, we are. I mean, I don't like to sit too much in because the sun hits right into our garden. I'm not the biggest fan of the heat, like the sun
Right, okay.
directly on me. So I kind of sit more at the door. So the shades, I'm in the shade and the family are
Yeah,
outside. But I tend to be out there in the evening where it's a bit cooler.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's probably the
that's
weird.
good.
I know it sounds a bit silly, but that's probably the weirdest thing I've
No, no.
found
I've
myself doing. Like,
I've
yeah,
spoken to so many people so far, and I've got some really interesting people that have done weird and different things. So I think it's quite a good question because you know people like are doing things that they don't normally do. So yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now I can imagine everyone's picked up a new hobby or something weird like that as well, which is kind of good as well. Like, if I think if you don't come out of this pandemic with something new, um, something you've learned about yourself, I think you've gone wrong somewhere in a way. Because although I haven't learned nothing about myself as such, I've learned that about the whole family thing that you don't have to always go out, spend money to enjoy family time. I've learned that I can do a barbecue quite well now. My cooking skills are quite great. Little things like that. I think you need to keep yourself busy and you have to come out of this with something new, a hobby, a skill, because there's a lot of obviously free courses online that I've seen,
oh,
like
there are so
learn a
many.
new
Yeah.
language, things like that. So yeah, I think everybody, yeah, that's my thought on that part. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think everyone is just kind of being open to doing new things. Like, I mean, I'm learning Swedish at the moment. What else am I
Nice.
doing? Like, I've always made videos, but I've always enjoyed it, but I've never had the time. So I'm actually now spending hours editing and
Yeah.
creating. And that's why I thought I'd do this series to speak to people and actually get other people's views on how this is, working.
I think what you're doing is good. I'm surprised not many other people are doing it because I think it's such a good opportunity to mix with people you'd never have talked to in your life. So
Yeah.
it's a good thing what you're doing because then you're getting my perspective from London. Obviously you're from Birmingham, and whoever else you speak to, they could be all over the country. So you're getting different views and how people are reacting. So it's good what you're doing. And I'm surprised not many other people have done it, like especially on YouTube. Not that
Yeah,
I've
I mean,
seen
there's
it.
not many. I mean, there's a couple of TV shows, but there's not. And I'm like, why is no one taking this? I mean, like, I'm not a big YouTuber. I've only got like 120, 30 subscribers, but I've grown 40 in the last
Yeah,
month. So, it's going. And
yeah,
hopefully, I hope I can get these stories out there somehow and people can actually see them and understand that there's someone out there that's similar to them or different to them, and we are all in
yeah.
it together. I think that's the kind of
And
the
it's
key
real
to why
life,
I'm.
isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Um, so with regards to obviously being in the UK, we got an update from Boris on Sunday, followed by the details yesterday with regards to various changes. What are your thoughts on those changes? Do you think they're good in terms of meeting extra people on the like one extra person, not in your household, 2 meters apart, and all of that?
yeah.
What's your thoughts and opinions on it? And yeah,
Okay, so I'm not a very political guy. I'm not in favor of Labour. I'm not in favor of the Tories. I'm
yeah,
just in the middle kind of thing. So anything I say is not because I'm anti-Boris or whatever, anything like that.
yeah, yeah,
The speech on Sunday was a bit confusing. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I agree.
For some, it wasn't, but I think the people who it wasn't for was because maybe they're single, maybe they haven't got kids, maybe their job is secure. But for someone like myself, who's self-employed, my wife, who's a TA, I've got three kids who are like young school kids.
Yeah.
It was a bit confusing. So, I was putting up silly memes on Instagram saying, what's he talking about? Like everybody was doing.
Everyone was like,
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I mean, but then you get slammed down for that. It's like, oh, don't you understand? Or, it's not nothing to do with not being educated. It's just my position is different to yours because
yeah,
I've got a lot more going on, and nothing was quite clear cut. It was just a bit, do this, do that, that's it, done. And it was like, okay, we need some more information here. But we knew it was coming on the Monday anyway. It's not like,
yeah. We knew it was coming, and I think now he's put it out there. I just don't
yeah,
understand. Like, so I can go and meet one person from a house of 2 meters apart for 1 hour, and then I can go and have 1 hour later and meet the other person. What's the difference?
yeah.
Like, I just don't
So
understand
you
how.
basically have to choose who you like best.
Yeah,
You
it's
choose
just
your favorite
very.
family member and say, I like
You're
you
my
best.
favorite
I'm
person.
meeting you
I'll yeah.
first. Yeah.
Ah,
I mean, to me, something like that, it needs an explanation as to why they're doing that. I think they've said it's like a test to see. I don't know too much, but
yeah,
if they're saying, you can meet one person at home because, then it's like, oh, okay, that makes a bit of sense. Even though I
yeah,
don't think anything can make sense of that. It's like you either can or you can't.
yeah,
Um, and the whole unlimited exercise outside, I think that's ridiculous because I don't know how it's like up north, but in West London where I am, where I do go driving around just to take pictures and all that,
yeah,
it's very much the norm around here. It's been like that for the last 2 weeks. It's like people have made up their own rules and think, I'm going out, I'm gonna go sit in this high street. There's like benches in high streets you can just sit and social. Everything's been normal here for 2 weeks. So
yeah.
where he said you go out and do unlimited exercise, you can drive as far as you can. In London, that's kind of the norm for nothing's really changed with a lot of the people.
Yeah, no,
And
I think even here it's the similar because I live in an apartment block quite close to the city of Birmingham, and there's a
yeah,
park that overlooks my apartment. And every night there's about 50, 60 people in that park. They are chilling, they are playing football matches, they are
yeah.
already doing what they want. So I wonder what does unlimited mean now if th're already doing that? What's their next stage? That's my
Yeah, I
thing.
know. Well, yeah, that's a good point. What's their next step? I mean, I really do wish the government would really slam down. Um, I was just hoping he'd say, because all he's keep saying is that, oh, the British public are doing really well, really well. But you have to be honest and say, well, majority of them are not majority, minority of them are not doing really well. Please
Yeah,
call them out and say, look, we've seen the parks busy in London, high streets are really busy. You need to stay at home. But they've not once done that since the initial
no,
lockdown in March. They've not sort
yeah,
of pushed it. They've had that little slogan, stay at home. I feel that they could have done more. I think this ease of lockdown has come a bit too early.
hmm,
Um, I'm not happy with the whole kids going back to school yet. I mean, my wife works at the school my kids go to, so she knows what's going on there. But even she's
yeah.
saying that they had a teachers meeting and they're a bit worried that it's not going to work. I think every teacher out there is thinking, how are we going to keep these kids apart?
Of course, this is my thing. Like social distancing works with people and adults that we understand. Kids understand why and how, but when you see your friend, the first thing you can do is run over to your friend.
Yeah,
It's kids. It's kids. They're gonna be play fighting in the playground or whatever, or doing whatever, and they're gonna be touching and being a lot closer than 2 meters.
yeah.
In my opinion, anyway.
No, that's true. I mean, some adults don't even grasp this concept of social distancing. So how are kids going to do it? You can drum it into them as much as you want. You can put as many stickers on the floor. It's not going to work. I think the
No.
teachers around here, they know it's not going to work. But
Yeah.
like you said, it's going to come in stages. Whereas if this happens in the next 3 weeks, they'll go back. So part of me is hoping it doesn't work. And, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm the same with that. I just feel like, you know what? We're so close to the summer holidays now. Let's just get it right. Plan. We have got like
yeah,
2.5 months. Plan everything. Get it proceed. Get it perfect. So when they go back next year,
yeah.
they go
Because
back
the
into a
kids going
system.
back to school obviously affects the adults. So there's going to be more adults out having to drop them, pick them up. So it's not just, only about the kids, it's everybody. Even like they're saying what people can go back to work if you can go back to work. But construction's been open anyway. I mean, everyone's doing construction work around London anyway, I've seen.
Yeah,
And they're saying if you can go back to work, speak to your employer. isn't that up to the government to speak to an employer? Like, say with yours, so say with Beefeater, my brother's not going to speak to the HR and say, "Look, guys, I'm ready to come back to work. Can you open up?" They're going to say, "Well, no, we're not ready to open up." So where he said, and he did say it, he goes, "Speak to your employer and to get
Yeah.
moving, get back to work." I don't think that's an employee's job. It's like you ringing
No,
up
I
your
don't.
restaurant and say, "Look, guys, Boris said we're okay from Wednesday. Can you start opening the restaurant up? I'm ready to work now." They're going to say, "Well, no, this is not how it works."
Yeah, no, that message was very vague and it's wrong because he
Yeah,
clearly said after that leisure's not going to open until the 1st of August at the earliest.
yeah,
So
exactly.
he's telling me to go and have a conversation with someone that I can't have a conversation with because,
Mm,
well, there is no conversation to have. Like, you've told me I can't go back to work, but
yeah,
you're telling me
exactly.
to go back to work. Like, what do you want me to do, Boris?
Yeah. I think I don't know. I've always found like why I'm always in the middle with the government and why I don't favor anybody really is because I don't think they're just strong enough. Like they don't say it how it is. They always want to please. Um, yeah, they're just about people pleasing, which I think is
Yeah,
wrong because you're not getting the message out to everybody. You're getting it to majority. That small minority, I think, spoils it for the rest.
yeah,
So all these
exactly,
people
exactly.
that have been making up their own rules for the past couple of weeks, they're the minority you need to step down on and say it on live TV. Guys, you lot need to stay at home. This is getting a bit out of hand now. But they won't say it, which is
No,
it's just that's what
don't have-
frustrates me about it.
yeah. Okay, so another thing. What's the first thing that you'll do once the lockdown's over? I mean, you've already touched on this, but I'm assuming you're going to say that thing anyway. But what's the first thing you will do when this is all over and we can go back to like a normal kind of life?
Um, I really don't know. I mean, I have spoken to it with the family, like what are we going to do as a family? I think it's going to be something like go to our favorite restaurant. It's going to be something like that as a family anyway. Uh,
Yeah,
Apart from that, not much else really. There is nothing. Like I said, we're not like that type of family who need to be doing stuff or have
yeah,
got certain
yeah,
set routine.
exactly.
We both work, so it's like kids at school, we work, I work at home, Mrs. at work. And that's our routine, and we're at home
Yeah,
most of the time. So nothing like that. I think it is just going to be we go out for a nice meal. Uh, that is it. That's going to be our first
yeah.
thing we're going to
That's
do,
good.
and
That's
after
that's a
that,
nice answer. Yeah.
yeah.
One final question: will you miss anything from this lockdown?
Mm, I think just like is it being lazy at staying at home? I think yeah, just like although I miss it a lot, I enjoy this, not having to do much, like just
Yeah,
staying, not having to wake up on at a certain time to do something. Um, I can sleep whatever time I want at night now. I think just silly things like that. There's
yeah.
nothing
All
major
those.
I
Yeah,
would miss. I want things to go back to normal just so we can start earning money again, just get back to normality, and the
yeah.
kids start getting back to school and everything like that. But just silly things like that, I have to go to sleep at a certain time now. That's
Yeah,
it.
I have to be up at 8, so yeah, I need these hours. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But no, I don't think I'm gonna miss any much really from this lockdown.
Awesome. Well, that's all the like questions and conversation I wanted to have. Like, I just think it's important to get everyone's story out there and whatnot.
Yeah, no, it's
Before we,
great.
so thank you so much for coming on and doing this and everything. Before I do let you go, I know you have got a YouTube channel and you put a lot of your wedding photography and stuff up there. Do you want to let everyone know what your channel is called in case people are interested in maybe that once we go back to normal? Just so that
Yeah, sure. So my channel is Jack's Film, JAAKS Film, and that's like initials of me and my wife and kids.
Oh,
So
nice.
cheesy, I know. Um, so I've had that for about 5, 6 years now, and before I used to put all my wedding stuff on there. But recently, well, this end of last year, I thought I've taken all my wedding stuff off and I wanted to do like a behind the scenes at Indian weddings because Indian weddings are very different and not many people get to experience them. Um, so I managed to do one this year, which was in February, but then after that, everything got cancelled.
Of
So
course. Yeah.
that didn't happen. But my channel is mainly going to be based on, behind the scenes at weddings, some tutorials maybe. I'm not I mean, because there's so many millions of YouTubers out there who do tutorials and gear review. So
Yeah.
I don't think I need to be another one of them. So yeah, it's going to be weddings. And then if anybody's into sort of cars, I do car documentary style things as well.
Oh, cool.
So I meet up with the owners and have like a casual sort of vlog chat with them, go over their cars. So it'll be a
Yeah.
mix of stuff like that. at the moment it's just a mishmash of whatever I think of, just like vlog when we go out for walks, just trying to
Yeah.
fill it in and build up my confidence. Because I mean, looking at you, Jamie, you look quite confident talking to a camera,
Yeah,
but
I
I'm
think
not. I mean,
I mean
yeah,
it's 4 years and like I don't know if you've been onto my channel yet, but it's very
yeah, yeah.
much
I've had a look at it. Yeah,
me just talking to the camera, doing weird things, like just
yeah,
because I'm like, and I think it's like because I when growing up I didn't have the easiest like like childhood like bullying and all of that kind of stuff, and I think I kind of
right.
hid, and then the camera's kind of I can be here and I can be me and no one's gonna like judge that or like
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
I think yeah that's really important for me.
Yeah, I mean that's why I'm doing these vlog type things now, just so I'm building up because it takes me maybe 4 takes to even say hello, and
Oh,
another
really?
five
Yeah.
to say bye. So I'm still having to get used to it. I tend to say, like stop for a second and think, okay, what do I?
Yeah. Oh, hello. 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 Sorry, I lost you there.
Yeah, I had a phone call come through, so I didn't
Oh,
answer
that's all
that.
right. All good. All good.
Yeah.
Technology.
So I'm having to edit quite because I'm quite good at editing because I do wedding
Yeah.
edit. So I can do an edit really well without it making it look like, oh, that's just been cut. No, it hasn't been cut. But
Yeah.
it was. I messed up with my speech or I didn't pronounce something right.
Yeah.
I have to build up confidence, but hopefully when this lockdown's over, I'll have enough confidence and I can just pick up the camera and do a full YouTube vlog about a wedding or something or an event that I'm
Yeah.
at. That's the plan with my channel, yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
if you are interested in stuff like that, it will be interesting, 100%. If you're into weddings or not, or you've always been intrigued about what happens at Indian wedding, because a lot of people have that perception of it's massive, it's busy, colorful. You're right, that's what it is. And to see it from
yeah.
a photographer's point of view, which is not always, it's not a lavish lifestyle we have, like as photographers at Indian weddings. It can be,
Yeah.
but it's very, very stressful at the same time, especially on the day and things like that.
Yeah, no, that's really cool because I think like for me I've got a few Indian friends. I've never actually been to a wedding and actually seeing it would be like there's something that I actually want to go into. I'm actually going to go on your channel now and have a look because I'm like oh I'm intrigued to see how it is because I know they're big things that last days and stuff. So it's going to
Yeah,
be
yeah,
cool
yeah.
to actually see it.
Yeah, and it'll be a no holds thing. I'm not going to hide anything back. I'm just going to tell how we're feeling, my team's feeling.
Yeah,
Obviously, it depends on the couple as well. If they don't want me, because I still have to concentrate on my job. I'm still getting
of
paid to do
course.
a job first. So whether it be I get a third person in to film me, but it's going to be a no holds barred behind the scenes of how a Indian wedding photographer deals with that week. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming onto the channel, telling your
Thanks for
story and
having
how
me on,
lockdown
man.
is for you. I really appreciate that, Anna. Yeah, just thank you for doing that and taking time out of your day.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me on,
Yes,
mate.
thank you very much. Thank you. Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye bye.
Well, that was Sunny's interview. I really hope you enjoyed that and got a take on, I suppose, children in lockdown and how it's working and how his work is not quite there, but he's still doing stuff to keep busy and keep, I suppose, creative in a way. It's a really interesting take on it and I really enjoyed talking to him. If you also enjoyed that and you want to send some love, leave us a thumbs up on this video. Put some comments down below if you relate to any of those things that, Sunny or myself have gone through. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, press the bell. When the new video goes up every day, you are the first to be told. I think we'll leave it there. I will put all of the links to my channel as well as Sunny's channel at the end of the video, so if you want to go and check his channel out. Other than that, I will see you tomorrow for another lockdown story. Bye, guys.